So the best tips for a first date, starting off first on the list, is you want to make sure your grooming is right, guys. So you want to make sure you're getting a haircut, seeing a barber before you go, getting in the shower, make sure those nails are clipped, all those things. Make sure you breath smelling right, throwing some mouthwash, make sure you're brushing the teeth right, having fresh breath, all that, guys. All these things are important when you're making that first impression on your first date. The next one on the list is please do not be late. This is a very huge one that a lot of guys are responsible for. I have fallen suit to this before in my life, but I have made that choice to no longer be that person. It's not a good look, especially you making the first impression. It's not the type of you're portraying yourself not the way you want yourself to be portrayed. Plus, a lot of benefits are good when you're early, especially on a date. One of the ones that off the top of my head is if you guys are making dinner plans or wherever you're going to eat at, you should already have made a reservation. But if you haven't, now you can already you can go and put your name on the list, especially versus when she gets there. If you're late, now you guys have to just sit there for a long amount of time because you weren't proactive and you didn't go in and put your name on the list. Plus, when you're early, you can start to kind of scope out the place, see where you want to sit, things like that. So all these are benefits when you guys get there early. When you're late, you don't really have all these benefits pushed to her. You look like you're not really prompt and punctual, and this doesn't leave for a good first impression. Then once you start to go into the date and you're trying to change that first impression she's already made of you, it's not good for you. You're already starting yourself in the hole. So make sure you guys are being late, or not being late, being early, and being very punctual and prompt. The next one on the list is to stay off your phone. So a lot of guys, I know it's very awkward when we're on our first date. We're trying to get to know that person, but there's sometimes those awkward pauses and awkward moments when we just want to put our head down and maybe look on our phone and act like we're doing something on our phone, we're really not, and things like that, all to make the moment not as awkward as it usually would be. But just make sure you guys are not doing this. Make sure you guys are any calls, texts you need to make sure you're making them before or after the date. Make sure you guys are being present. She will notice this is very important. Plus, when you guys are not on your phone, just showing her that you can have a conversation, that you can converse with her. The more you can do this, stay off your phone, the more impressive this is to her. Plus, it's just rude all the time when you're on your phone all the time, texting, making calls on your dates. Pretty much a waste of her time and your time. It's going to make her question why she even willing to date with you in the first place. The next one on the list is to practice good manners, guys. So no matter if you guys are eating, make sure you're chewing with your mouth closed. Make sure before your food comes or as your food's coming, you're putting your napkin on your lap. Make sure you guys are maintaining good eye contact. Make sure you're not looking down, as I said before. All those things. Make sure you guys are not making those loud excessive noises on the silverware with the plates and things like that. All these common things that you need to be doing. Make sure you guys are doing them. Make sure you guys you're holding the door for her, things like that. These are all things that she will notice, and they're just respectful manners that you guys should be preaching as well. The next one on the list is I would honestly say, guys, I think you should be paying the bill, especially for the first date. But the thing with paying the bill is make sure you guys are being smart about where you're taking her for the first date. So I would not take someone on the first date to a high-end restaurant. That's just, I don't really believe in that, because first off, you don't really know what the date's going to, conclude after that. You don't know what's going to happen after that. So basically, if you take her to this grand restaurant or place, and then you're out of, this, the date didn't go well, now you're out of, you got kind of lost there because the date didn't go well, and you're out of, a bill that you're probably regretting paying now because the date didn't go as well. So it's better to go, to a place, like getting coffee is a great one, ice cream, things like that. Then that you can, really converse and be present with someone, and it's not really as detrimental to your time or our pockets as well if the date doesn't go as well. So I would say make sure you guys are being aware of this, but I think it is a gentleman thing to do is you pay the bill, especially if you invite her as well, which most guys usually do. And so once we're ending the date and we finally get home, the awkward follow-up text is an awkward thing, but we all eventually have to do it, guys. It just shows a gentleman thing to do, or a call. A call's usually my way to go. I usually like to do the call, but I know a lot of you guys are scared of the call, but you need to be doing the call, honestly, because it's a grown man thing to do, and you're going to stand out. The texting thing is just, it doesn't make you as much progress as quickly as you want it to be. But anyways, whichever one you do decide to do, you do need to check on her when she gets home. So when you get home, maybe send her text, a call. Like I said before, I prefer the call just to make sure you are being considerate and you want to make sure she enjoyed your time. I will say, if she does contact you first, is a great sign for you, my friend. This means that she had a great date. So, like I said, this happens sometimes, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't necessarily mean anything. She may be waiting for you to contact her. So make sure you guys are not missing out on this opportunity to show off your gentleman-like qualities and characteristics. And plus, just a respectful thing to do is show her that you care.